Hi everyone, welcome to the BGA new members presentation, the second one of this month. And today we've got 6 of our new members showing a bit more about what they're working on, who they are, and presenting their projects to the BGA. So welcome everyone, thanks for joining today. Great to have you guys here. And without further ado, let's kick off because I know we've got a lot to go through today. So Nick, let's kick off with you from Apollo Entertainment, and let's get your presentation up, and please feel free to go for it.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Mel. Thank you, everybody who's here. Really excited to be joining BGA. Been a big fan for a long time, and finally excited to be in a place with our company and what we're doing where it made sense to kind of get involved. So super excited here. My name's Nick. I am the CEO and one of the co-founders of Apollo Entertainment. We are a 30-person metaverse and gaming production studio based in the US and Colombia. So we have part of our team is all around the US and Canada, actually, and then we have a pretty large production contingency in different parts of Colombia. So as I mentioned, I actually got involved in the NFT and blockchain space in 2017. Prior to that, I was working as a lawyer in the entertainment industry for about 6 years. I fell in love with the technology, really thought that this was kind of a paradigm shift in digital asset ownership and could solve a lot of the problems we were having, and seeing from the IP side of the legal industry. And so just kind of dove head in, started consulting, and then eventually founded Apollo Entertainment about 3 years ago. We brought on a couple of founders to kind of cover the different edges. Notably, Josh came to us from 2K Games. He spent about 20 years in the AAA gaming industry and now leads all of our production efforts. And then the rest of the team, they already actually had a studio that we acquired, and they came over to us from that. And for the last 3 years, we've been building together. We specialize in the creation of 3D digital content, so whether that's VR, AR, video game production, metaverse experiences, or 3D art. We've worked with some top companies and creators in the space, but we also have a full in-house team of blockchain and game developers that can handle the development side. While we've largely focused on our IP for the last 3 years, we also do a bit of services. We're working with a couple different platforms such as Quid and Animoca on some of their 3D offerings. So if there ever is a need for kind of high-end 3D work, please reach out to us and let us know. But we are always looking to work and collaborate with other projects and people in the space. This is just an example of some of the clients we worked with. We've worked with Disney and PepsiCo in the past. And then some of the things I'm more excited about, we're doing some big collaborations with artists such as Trevor Jones. We've worked with Hackatow and Jose Delbo. So really on things within the space, same with Manchester City and Diplo. We did NFT collaborations with them, Val Kilmer. And then we've kind of, prior to that, we were doing VR exhibitions and did some stuff with Alpina, which is a major Colombian dairy producer. And so yeah, there's just a quick look. Satoshiverse is our kind of flagship IP. We've been building Satoshiverse for the last 3 years now. It started as a comic collaboration with Jose Delbo. I'm going to try to play this video. If it doesn't work, I'll just skip it and move on. But there's not going to be sound. I'll talk over it. Let's see. We'll see if it buffers. If it doesn't buffer, then I'll just talk. So hopefully you guys are seeing the video okay. If it's looking super choppy, someone please feel free to jump in and stop me. But as I mentioned, we started as a comic collaboration with Jose Delbo. We then released one of the first 3D avatar collections as a way of kind of expanding our community. These are our 8-Mo Army avatars, so they were fully 3D, built in Unreal Engine. We really wanted to build identities within the metaverse that we knew would translate to the projects we were building. So over the last 2 years, we've built these 2 avatar collections just kind of as a segue into everything else we were building We've collaborated with metaverse platforms like Decentraland. We actually helped them pioneer their first linked wearables collection, which you're seeing here, which was a cool step in interoperability in that owning our assets actually granted you access to these wearables, unique wearables within Decentraland. We've done some collaborations with some pretty big projects in the space, artists like Hackatow and Trevor Jones, guilds like Ready Player DAO, and then we've done a lot of fun stuff in terms of like real life experiences and parties and all the fun stuff that this space has been a lot of fun during the bull market. So let's keep going. So quick stats about our community. Across all of our collections, including our collectibles collections, we have over 75,000 unique holders, roughly 48, I think, since Elon cleared the bots, which is nice. Twitter followers, 48,000. And what we really enjoy about that is that people really engage with the posts. We have a community that really cares. Same with the Discord. People are in there. They're talking about the game. We're kind of developing together with them. And then every week, which this might be pertinent to a lot of the groups in here, we hold a Twitter space on the metaverse and gaming industry. We've been getting about 275 guests on average to that Twitter space. We always bring in projects and kind of present on the state of the industry and everything going on. So if there's anyone in here who is interested in something like that, has something that they want to get out, that's been something that's been really rewarding for me personally, because it allows me to stay in touch with a lot of the great stuff that's happening and give exposure to some of the newer stuff that may be kind of cutting edge. These are some of our just partners and collaborators that we've worked with through Satoshiverse. So you'll see some familiar names on there. Really, again, just, we came up through the art space. I actually, if you're familiar with who Jose Delbo is, he's my grandfather, and he's actually one of the reasons I got involved in the space. So I helped him kind of develop his brand within the space, but then through that, made some really awesome connections with a lot of these early projects and artists who we've then brought into Satoshiverse and what we're building. So our kind of biggest undertaking within the Satoshiverse is our Satoshi's Legions game. We've been building that now for 2 years. It is a fast-paced roguelike RPG that we're building in Unreal Engine 5. We've pretty much custom built everything, the environments, the game mechanics. All of our avatars are usable within the game. The progression is being tracked in the NFT metadata. All the items are NFTs. So kind of your typical implementations of how we believe NFTs might be useful in the future of gaming. We've been, like I mentioned, it's been about 1.5 years. We've spent over 50,000 man hours on the game, a little over $1 million. And that's been kind of what our 30 people have been working on for the last 1.5 years. So we're really excited about that. I'll talk a little bit about the roadmap and ways we can get involved, but I'll try to play this video again too. And this one I will again talk over because I don't think the sound is going to work. So this is just some of the gameplay. All this is shot in engine. We have a private alpha currently playable for our community and holders before we go live with our more public alpha later this year. The game itself is very combat based. We have like different modes. That was our comic mode. As you can see, these are all the avatars that people minted. So every avatar is unique. We did a lot of work to kind of get a pipeline that would work for avatar creation, as well as the actual rendering of the avatars in game, so that we could have 30,000 different avatars that were potentially usable within the game. That meant creating a pipeline that wasn't just rendering a model in the game. It was breaking it up into its elements and figuring out how to piece all that together. So that is just a quick look at the game. Again, it's called Satoshi's Legions. Roadmap wise, we just released our most recent version of our private alpha. We are going to be going into Q3. We are working on end of Q3, early Q4, working on a major partnership initiative for when we go live on mainnet. We're looking at going live on the new ZK EVM Polygon immutable collaboration. and with, doing something together with them for their launch. But we are going to also be doing a huge partnership initiative. So again, kind of relevant here. If there are any like gaming related projects in here, or groups of holders or communities, we wanted this to kind of be like a super low effort way of kind of bringing communities together. Low effort on the your part. We're just asking for a little bit of social media support, but in return, your communities will be able to participate in the game. We have this kind of unique play to mint mechanic where people who get into the game spend about an hour playing the game and leveling up and get to level 5. They're going to be able to mint an avatar that they can customize and change all the colors and the hairstyles and all that stuff. And it's going to have your logo on it. So we're just getting permissions from all of our partners, but we're looking forward to this initiative. We're looking at probably 40 to 50 partnership communities and 200,000 to 300,000 players in terms of exposure. So we're really excited to be working on this with our partners. Just really, 2 years in, we're really excited to get this out the door and start to see, what the community thinks about it, because we're all very, very excited about this. So that's it for me. Again, I just want to reiterate that we got into this space because we really believe kind of that this is going to be the next big thing, and it's going to take kind of a group effort to get us there. So super keen on collaboration. If anyone sees an opportunity to collaborate in kind of the different ways I described, we're always looking to work with projects, work with infrastructure companies, anything that might make sense. So thank you again, and thank you for the time.
Cool. Thank you very much for presenting. And if you've got anything to share, please feel free to use the Telegram group and Discord community to share with the BGA members as well. Okay, let me move on. Okay, so I think up next we have David from IQ Protocol. Let me grab your presentation and you can take it away.
Awesome. Thank you, Mel. Hi, guys. I'm David from IQ Protocol. How I got into crypto is in 2017. I had built a virtual reality company dealing with digital assets for sale on a future marketplace. And I've always kind of been watching the NFT industry and the crypto industry. So I finally launched my career in 2021, jumping into IQ Protocol. IQ Protocol is an NFT rental infrastructure. So we work with games, but we also work with other companies that have different use cases as well, such as real estate or ticketing. So what is IQ Protocol? IQ Protocol is a peer-to-peer NFT rental technology and marketplace, which allows users to discover and seamlessly onboard on the games and NFT projects. So whether you're a crypto native or just have created your first wallet, IQ lets you explore the best of Web3. So you can lend, rent, learn, earn, share experiences, build a network, and you can have fun while doing it. So it's open source, permissionless technology with easy, no-cost integration that's also available. The way that we want you to think about the IQ Protocol is like the Xbox, PlayStation, and Steam achievements and challenges platforms, but for Web3. So the unique rental functionality that we have, so you can boost your existing assets, utility, and value, access new sustainable revenue streams, and earn yield for your NFT holders. So the way that an example for that is I give people that whenever you grind for something that's in game, so you spent a lot of time grinding for that, and then once you achieve it, you're at the top of your game, but then there's like an expansion that's released. So now you have this asset that's not as good in this new expansion, but you can at least rent this out to someone and then get a yield off of all of your effort. Think World of Warcraft and an armor set. So riskless renting. The NFT stays in your custody. White label solution. You can integrate a rent button onto your marketplace, kind of like a widget. Dynamic rental possibilities, onboard new users, create interoperable assets, choose payment token options, customize your royalties, and more. We have a no-code integration function that's also available, so quick and easy. Instant utility, create functional rental contracts in only a few clicks, like copy and paste. We're building a guild headquarters. This is coming up very soon. So a guild will have a dashboard. Their scholarship management will be there, and also accounting. So yeah, the implications for guilds are huge. A lot less labor-intensive work. And flexible rental structures. So reward splits, prepaid gas fees, and adjustable royalties. Talking about prepaid gas fees, zero barrier model. That's what we did with the our launch partner. So the gas was prepaid, and then a reward split was set up on the rental terms for the renters. So if you had an asset, you would rent out to new players coming in. So they didn't need any gas in their wallet. All they needed was a wallet, and they were able to play the game. They could rent the NFT and then play the game. The launch partner was the Red Village, backed by Animoca Brands and Blowfish Studios, the same guys that brought you the Phantom Galaxies game, which is an excellent game to play, by the way. So we did it with a launch campaign where the first 7 days of the tournament, we had over 1,000 unique active wallets. We had over 7,500 rentals, 3,000 assets that were listed, and our reach was 20 million in socials because of all the factions that joined the campaign. The factions were esports teams, other games, other communities that came in to compete for the rewards, the rewards of the tournament. So the integration process, there are several options for integrating, which can range from a no-code solution, which I discussed earlier, with less than 10 easy steps or less than 10 easy steps. It takes 20 minutes to set up, to a completely deep integration, which directly plugs into the our SDK and our upcoming API. Basic no-code integration, widget integration in existing project that's upcoming, and the deep integration via SDK or API. All options comes with the full support of our integration team, which are standing by to assist at all times. So just some of our partners. We've been signing up partners for a long time. These are our most active partners, but a lot of them didn't make the list as well. Just wanted to kind of showcase these briefly here. Like McFarlane Toys, they have the IP for the Marvel Studios, Blizzard. They make the games for them. Gunzilla with their Off the Grid, Meta Engine building an on-cloud gaming engine so that gaming assets are easily shared between metaverses. Think Oasis when you think of those guys. Some game studios and incubators like Cetify and Digital Strategies, some esports gaming alliances like BGA and Rainmaker Games. Marketing and media partners, Altcoin Buzz, Gumball 3000, really fun convention to go to if you guys ever get the chance. Social and NFT platforms, Space ID and Favor, few and far. And then just some Web3 gaming guilds that signed up with us in the recent months, especially for this campaign that we had with our launch partner, OlaGG and AMG DAO. Guys, we're on all the social media platforms, so feel free to reach out to us. We're on Discord, Telegram, Twitter. We've got Reddit. We're on YouTube. We've got Instagram. We're everywhere. So just go to our website. There you'll be able to also see our docs and the full list of all of our contacts. That's it for me. Thanks so much, guys.
Cool. Thanks very much. Thanks for presenting, and great to have you guys here. I think I actually hosted one of your guys at a conference last year in London, so nice to have you as part of the BGA also. Cool. Okay, let's see who's up next. I think we have Juan from some feedback here. Let me see if I can. Juan, you there? Yeah, let me grab your presentation. Yes. Okay, great.
Perfect. Thanks. Hi, everyone. So my name is Juan Bautista Van Peborg. It's great to be here and to be part of the Blockchain Game Alliance. I've been following the BGA for almost 2 years now. Before starting Continent, I worked at the Sandbox in the finance team for almost 2 years. And then I decided to start Continent to allow users to post their NFTs. So I want to make this as brief and concise as possible. So our vision for Continent is to create a cross-chain NFT social network for NFT communities from many different chains or communities, Ethereum, Cardano, Solana, to allow them to interact in a new way. and a social network that's decentralized, where users own their data and can monetize their assets and their data as well, if they want to. And well, so I'll jump into why we started Continent and some problems we saw in the NFT space and how we want to solve them. So first of all, users still can post their NFTs. And in essence, the first feature or the essential feature of the platform is that Continent allows users to post their NFTs. So if a user or a collector, a creator wants to post an NFT, the first method they have to do that is Twitter, which they actually aren't posting an NFT, they're posting a picture. Then second, there isn't a go-to place to find friends from a mutual NFT collection. So maybe if I'm a landowner from the sandbox, I don't have like a really straightforward way of finding other NFT community members, fellow community members. Third, no place to chat or socialize with these fellow NFT members. Fourth, I still don't have, or the NFT community still doesn't have a sort of a clear way to discover new NFTs based on what other people are posting, or to just discover new NFTs. Like basically the main way to discover NFTs is by referrals or by marketplaces where they can see new NFTs, but they're usually ordered by the amount of volume an NFT collection has. And that's usually the same NFT collections in most cases. Well, fifth, no social interoperability between NFT communities or different networks. So there isn't like yet a crypto digital town square for communities from Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, Polygon to interact and socialize. And I believe an exchange of information between a place where communities from communities from different social networks to exchange this information and to fuse, I think that could be really valuable. And there isn't a place for that as well. So a cross-chain platform. And then there isn't also for creators a straightforward way to monetize their assets with their followers. So there are many creators or collectors that post their NFTs, actually their images on Twitter, but they have a big crunch or a big or a small conversion rate between the users that see that image and the users that buy an NFT from that image. So with Continent, they would be able to post their NFT directly with their users and monetize it as well directly in the feed. And then for the actions that can be done, multiple platforms are needed to carry out these actions. OpenSea or NFT Marketplace to monetize assets, Discord to chat, and other platforms as well. So these are the problems and how we want to solve them. Third, use cases. So emphasizing more on this, users can post their NFTs, find new users, chat and socialize, monetize their NFTs directly in their feed, discover new NFTs, and all in one for the first time. Well, partner with us, or this is sort of an invitation for collaboration, but anyone can create an account. And what's in it for NFT projects? You can receive royalties in CNT, our token that we will be launching by Q4 2023. Give access to your NFT community and add value and utility and social utility to your NFTs. Let your NFT collection gain exposure to new audiences and communities. Open a storefront. This is a feature that's coming soon. So token gated discounts based on, for your NFT community, if they own your NFT. And what's in it for the user? Basically, new ways of interaction between their community. Let your community socialize, post NFTs, group together, and monetize their activity. Token gated groups, live streams, discounts to experience more with your NFTs and to add more utility. And allow your community to find, explore, and socialize with other NFT communities. 0% fees on any NFT purchase using CNT, but respecting royalties. Will be respecting royalties, but with 0% fees. And then some product updates or upcoming features that we'll be developing for the platform. Will be iterating a lot in the next coming weeks and months. So basically, the first feature we're resolving now. Basically, now for you to sign in, you have to first go to to a page where you sign in and you still can't see the platform. The idea is that what we're building now is the idea is that you can go directly to the platform, explore the feed, explore new users, and decide if you want to sign in or not. But you can explore the platform without signing in. NFT recommendations, live streams. Well, we received a grant from Livepeer to develop token-gated live streams in the platform. Front-end upgrades, basically improving the visual appeal on the front end. New chain integrations. The first one will be Cardano. We're seeing strong community action there, and we'll be integrating Cardano there. Written posts, continent token launch by Q4. Community profiles, NFT minting tool, allowing people to mint their NFTs directly as a post on continent. Marketplace, you can already buy and sell NFTs, but the marketplace will order, filter, and categorize all the NFTs that are for sale on the platform. Staking, and then email and password logging. And then Q1 2024, micropayments, group DAOs, privacy preserving ads. So that's decentralizing data, token-gated discounts, and Q2 2024. We are focusing, we have a vision for 2024, but we are focusing in 2023. There's a lot to do in this year as well. And then, well, token allocation, brief token allocation, product demo. Mel, I don't know if I can access this link or if I can share my screen so that
I think if you can play it from there, or maybe upload a separate link, you should be able to share it from there.
Okay.
And once I see it, I'll let you know.
Yes, here's the separate link. I don't know if you want me to.
If you can present it separately, then I can switch the screen for
okay.
you. And I'll let you know when I see it my side.
Yes, I'll just. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I think no. Hold on 1 second. No, I don't think. I think it's the same screen.
Okay, here.
Like this.
Now, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so this is like I'm sharing. This is the platform. You can access it already. It's live, so people are posting their NFTs. We launched 2 weeks ago. We're close to our first 100 users. So this is the feed. I can send a friend request to friends. Wallet, marketplace coming soon. Explore, here I can see new NFTs. I can see new friends. I can build my own profile, and I can post an NFT. We don't have bids yet, but you can put your NFTs for sale. You can post an NFT. Select it. I can list it for sale, and I can add a caption, which is we see the golden. It's an NFT I received from the sandbox. And well, this is a brief sharing of the platform. You can access via www.continent.io. And well, thank you everyone for your time, and feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. If you're an NFT collection, I believe we have many ideas on how to add social utility to your NFTs. So feel free to reach out to collaborate. We are more than available. Thank you, everyone.
Awesome. Thank you very much. A great space for game developers to be able to market their NFTs. Fantastic. Thank you. Okay. Awesome. Let me move on. I think next up we have Jeremy from Vida. So let me grab your screen and feel free to go.
Perfect. Well, hi everyone. Happy to be joining the BGA. I've been looking at it for a long time, so happy to be one of you. For a bit of context, so Vider is part of a company that I founded 5 years ago, which is called 3KLO, which is a marketing agency specialized in gaming. So we've been working with a lot of different brands like Valorant, League of Legends, Verizon, Rainbow Six Siege, or Far Cry 6. So we've been working with Riot Games, Ubisoft, Stunlock Studios, and a lot of other big or less big studios. And we've been doing that for a long time. Before that, I was working for game publishers. And at some point in our development, we also wanted to create something on our own. We've been working with clients on their games, and we had an idea and something we wanted to build for ourselves in addition to the agency that we have. And so this is where we started to work on Vider. So Vider is both a sword fighting arena game and a new science fiction IP. It's a sword fighting arena game. Sorry, it's a type of game that we think is missing in the competitive landscape. So you can see that in the competitive landscape, you have things like FPSs with Valorants, a lot of battle royales. You also have like MOBAs with Dota 2 and League of Legends, and you don't really have like one big contender for sword fighting. You have games like Modo, Chivalry, and For Honor, which are like the top 3 games in that category, but they didn't really become like big competitive games. So it's something we want to do with Vider. And it was important for us that by building this game to build its own science fiction IP, we basically chose science fiction because for this type of game, it's always like a medieval setting. So the 3 games I mentioned are all in this medieval setting, and we wanted to bring something fresh to the space. And we're also a bit of a science fiction fan with Star Wars and everything. And obviously, you will see some of that stuff in the things that we've done. So let's start with the IP that we created. So basically, the Vider is the name of the big cube that you see on the screen on the right. It's some kind of gigantic computer in space that is able to create digital arenas where future players will be able to play. It's actually choosing the people who will digitize in consciousness into the Vider by basically choosing the most valiant beings in the galaxy, let's say. On the bottom right, bottom left, sorry, you see like how people get to get digitized in the Viders, and people who will be winning these confrontations in the Vider will win crystals, which are very powerful things in that universe. It's the kind of things that you can use to basically light up a city for like months. So very, very powerful in the universe. And the theme of the IP is fighting for your future. So it's something that is also as much as like defending your future, but also to create something great, something for you. So that's why we have a lot of different values around like courage, determination, adaptability, and optimism in the building of this IP. And something that was actually important for us is that we didn't want to create a sci-fi IP with only humans in it. So we built some different species. So we had the Midasi, which are kind of human with a twist, and you have the Eclairés, which is the one on the left. It's a female Eclairé with a pet, basically. So it was something that was very important for us. And the idea with by creating this IP, the goal is to get something very, very specific and very unique to deepen the relationship with our players, because it's not like a mandatory thing to have a competitive game with a deep universe, but we feel it's a great addition with the games like League of Legends or Valorant, who basically like created entire universes, and it worked very well for them. So now about the game. Like I said, the game is a sword fighting arena game. We're still very early into development. We're at the prototype stage. We've been actually like developing the game on Unreal Engine 5 for 4 months now, so very beginning. But the idea of the core mechanics are that we want to have arenas that are epic and dangerous. So basically, like the player fantasy we have for that is the Obi-Wan versus Anakin combat in Star Wars 3. So if you know that thing, it's basically like all around the top with the lava and everything. So the setting of where they fought was very important. We want to have very precise and rewarding combat. So the idea is, compared to other games in the space, we want to have a lot of not mobility, but freedom in how you strike with your weapon. You will see that in the gameplay video. We also have like powerful abilities. Each Vanguard has a set of unique abilities that will help him land a strike. We don't want the abilities to replace the melee combats. And lastly, we want to have very agile characters. They're fast, they can run on walls, do backflip and everything. So it's very far away from like the traditional warrior with a big armor that is obviously a bit slower. And for the game mode that we have, it's the arena game mode. So it's a round system, very similar to what you see in Valorant, for example. A team wins a round by eliminating all the opponents, and the first team that gets to 3 rounds win get the game. So I will switch to the video, Mel, if you can help me. Perfect. So you get a bit better idea of the gameplay. So here we're starting on one of the map that we have created. You see that you have 3 minutes to win the round, and so as you can see, if you know games like For Honor, Chivalry, and everything, you see that there's a lot of jumping, a lot of movements, different movements. The idea is that you choose the kind of strike that you do with your characters based on the movement that you have. So if you're going forward, you're doing a vertical strike. If you're going on like strafing on the left, you do a right to left movement. So there is a lot of precision that is involved into like basically hitting your character. Like handling the spacing is one of the most important thing. The VFX you see on the ground is one of the abilities that is slowing down the character and preventing the character to jump, which ground the fight into the ground. And as you can see, we jump a lot, so it's a bit inconvenient to stay in there. And the idea also is that you the longer the weapon is touching an opponent, the more damage it does. So there is there is always like, when you touch an opponent, you want to optimize your hits to basically do more damage. So that's one of the things that an expert player will do better than a new player. So you can see we won the first round, and as we are only 10 minutes, I will keep the rest for another day. So I'll get back to the presentation. Perfect. Thank you, Mel. So one other thing that is very important for what we're doing is the community parts. We want the brand to be very like community driven. So this is one of the first things that we've done when we started to work on Vider. Basically, like every player is considered a vanguard into the universe, and they will be able to have an impact on how the story unfolds about like the different kind of events that will be going on into the universe. We created our Discord very early on, and we actually like released our first NFT collection, which is called the Original Vanguards Pass. The idea of this pass was to reward the early supporter of the community that we had, and by holding this pass that we get benefits like guaranteed access to the Genesis PFP collection that we will release later, a special role on the Discord, of course, a special title into the game when it will be launched, access to exclusive merch or in advance, and access to a wider content. So for example, we share a lot of concept art, early gameplay and everything for holders on Discord, and they will be the first ones to test the game. Even at the prototype stage, we want to include them very early on. And that's it for me. That's Vider.
Looks very cool. Thanks very much, Jeremy.
Thank you.
Thanks for presenting. Great. Next up, we have Andres. Let me get your screen up and go for it.
Okay, so it's all good. It can be seen the presentation. Yes.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. Well, thank you to the Blockchain Game Alliance for having me, for having Metaclash here, and thank you to all the projects here for sharing their cool ideas. So, well, this is Metaclash, Digital Avatars of Destruction. We basically, you know, when this idea started, we had this, well, two big loves in our life. One is gaming, the other one is the blockchain. So obviously, it started this conversation around, you know, what can we do? What kind of cool thing can we create with these things, you know? And we had, you know, very fun with vehicular combat games, you know, titles ranging from titles like Twisted Metal to things like World of Tanks. So there was different aspects of these kind of games that we loved. And we thought that it was a very good idea or a very cool thing to do for us, you know, to to try to put together these things and create something. And we come up with this, this, which is the MetaClash Digital Avatars of Destruction, a free-to-play mass multiplayer online vehicular combat game where players customize their vehicles and battle in multiple modes. So we put together a lot of things. Gaming, with what a game should be, with what a game should achieve, in order to be something that is, valuable for the communities and for the crypto space. So our vision is obviously to become the top combat game with the sickest vehicles in the metaverse, and give the gamers the right they deserve. This is, again, we really want to do a cool game, a game that is fun. That has to be the main goal of the game, and that's basically our main the main thing that drives us to execute this project. So when it comes to the market problems that made us create this, we obviously, and the blockchain, solved this issue, which is the ownership of in-game assets. Some unsatisfying Web3 gaming experience, some projects that were somehow called games, but they were not really games, So as we love games, we really want to do something that we feel that we will love playing, and also some barrier when it comes to understand what's going on in blockchain games. There is this weird division from Web2 games to Web3 games. We believe that at the end of the day, there's all games that are, trying to include new technologies. So we want to tackle this issue. And also, the earning focused games, that there was some sort of unsustainable business models. And we believe that it is possible actually to come up with something that is sustainable in the long term, and it can become a really cool thing for different people out there. So we come up with the NFTs for the ownership. We created a game that features a very competitive and fun gameplay in a very seamless Web3 experience without requiring any blockchain knowledge for the users. And also, in a way, try to create games that are that are focused on quality. This is how our game looks like when it comes to the faction. So it's a vehicular combat game, right? But it's set on the
I think we've lost Andres there for a second. Hey, Andres, I think we lost you just for a second there. So if you want to.
Oh, yeah. The factions again?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, thank you for that. So the factions are, this is the way the game looks like. And the factions are Machina, Talaman, and Invictus. They feature different aesthetics, post-apocalyptic, futuristic, and steampunk. It's basically the aesthetics we love the most when it comes to these genres. And we put them all together in different factions. And these factions have their own lore. And obviously the whole game is, created, with a lore that sort of give an immersive aspect to the experience. So this is going to have, obviously, the factions have an influence on the look of the vehicles. They have their own lore. They're going to have there's going to be a lot of things that are going to somehow, group the community into these different factions. The game modes are classics, Escort the Cargo and Team Deathmatch. Team Deathmatch is the game mode that we are developing right now. Escort the Cargo will come next, and more for the long term, the Faction Wars, which are games that create this competitive set that we are trying to achieve. The roadmap is a very important thing for us because we try to, we are now in phase 3, where we're starting the road to the Genesis DAD NFT sale. The DAD, by the way, stands for Digital Avatars of Destruction. And we wanted to first of all, build an alpha playable game, to do all the job first, to make sure that, that the players engage with the project. Then they help us with the alpha test, with the beta test. They're a big part on the development of the project for the long term. And then after that, we wanted, to launch the game and launch to organize our token generation event. So we wanted to make sure also that all these things happen in a moment that is best for the project, best for our investors. And as you see, the market has been, kind of crazy and wild lately. And we believe that in this way, we will show all of the work we've done so far. We will show that we care about in which moment this thing happens, and that the whole thing is thought in a way that is good for everyone involved. And that's why the roadmap, it is what it is. So here are some, you can see some data for assets, our DADs, our hard currency P-Core, our in-game currency, which is ION, and the collection. This is how an example of the look of the vehicles: 7,777 DADs plus 223 for a total of 8,000 vehicles that are going to be part of our collection. This is we have the vehicles, the NFTs, and these vehicles feature vehicle parts. So the chassis, the mobility, melee weapon, main weapon, and sub weapon. These are included in the NFT. And here you see some examples of the rarity of the vehicle parts. Epic, rare, uncommon. So the players are going to have like different possibilities of getting this or that part, depending on rarity, and that's how it is. The utilities are obviously a battle pass for the players to play the game, access to prize pools, to tournaments that are going to be related to prize pools, priority access, obviously, to new features of the game, to new stuff that we will be doing, particularly for those who hold the Genesis NFTs, staking rewards associated after the mint, and limited edition skins that are going to show that you're part of this Genesis generation of players. More examples about the vehicles over here. You can see, and this is the looks of a vehicle. This is a 3D render of a vehicle. As you can see, we're pretty excited about how it looks. We're pretty excited to put the vehicle or combat genre to this level. And yeah, I mean, it's really, I always get excited when I see it. This is the concept art for the MetaClash Arena. We have 2 skins right now for the arena. This is the first one we work with. We have another one right now that is more like dust focused. It looks more like it's another set. But as you can see, the arena is in the middle of a city. We work with the concept art and we try to make it real in the game, which, by the way, is powered by Unreal Engine 5, where we definitely believe that this Unreal Engine 5 is a tool that gives us a lot of opportunities in order to develop our project, our game. This is, well, again, ION utilities, the in-game currency, common vehicle parts, assist drone upgrades, common loot boxes, cosmetic skin. There's some things that are going to be able to be purchased with the in-game currency, and some others with P-Core, which is, our token. When it comes to, this is some details that you can see on screen about the tokenomics, things that we've been working in the last few years, some investment we got, which make it possible to develop the game in the last few years, 2 years of development, but actually some details of the testing period. And here you see some stuff related to the business model canvas. There is a lot of things that when it comes to the business model of a game, we've seen these things that we don't like, for instance, which is pay to win. We wanted to avoid at all costs, to do a game that is pay to win. So we have the idea of pay to progress that is featured in big titles right now in the gaming industry. So basically, it gives you some sort of, you get to achieve some stuff, get some vehicles faster than others. But at the end of the day, we want that the skill is the main thing that makes possible to win and to move forward in the game. So it's nice to have this sort of shortcut. Obviously, the business model is required, so there has to be some sort of revenue when it comes to the in-game things. But on the other hand, we make it possible to the players that are in the free-to-play side of things to have a very enjoyable experience. And at the end of the day, the best players win the games. And on something that is for the long term is the MetaClash world. We are creating a very in-depth lore that is explaining what happened in this world, how the world came to this moment where a bunch of vehicles are the main thing in this world. So we're explaining that. We have a lot of surprises that we're going to publish very soon, like graphic, different stuff that I don't want to disclose now, even though I want. But we're going to tell the story of the game in different ways, and we're going to include our community in that. And we're very excited to give, to the experience of the game much more layers of enjoyability than just, play the game. So we really believe that storytelling is the future of gaming. We've seen lately how important it is to do games with really cool stuff when it comes to lore, and we're making sure that this happens in our project. So obviously, and another important thing of our long-term plans is, the PFPs to Unreal Engine 5. So the digital avatar destruction, one important thing about the project is that we want, to give the possibility, making alliances with some projects, to transform their PFP collections into the world of MetaClash, giving them another extra utility to their project. So I think that magnifies a lot, the experience of the game, and connect us in a very special and interesting way with other projects. And we're very excited about that. For this long-term process, also, we're creating a full experience of different places in the MetaClash Alva City, which is basically our main place in the game. And we've been working, very hard to come up with this. It's high quality artwork. We're doing, the Bricks Bridge, the headquarters of the factions, racetracks, train stations, prisons. We want to really give this whole place meaning. We want to create an impactful experience for our communities, and we were working, with top artists to make this possible. The future of MetaClash, again, the PFPs to Unreal Engine 5. This is something that we really find it cool. Here you see some examples of how this might look. How, for instance, a VAYC will look in this concept, and yeah, and our team. Obviously, always it's nice now to finish with the team. We're a group of colleagues, we're a group of friends, we're family working together for a dream that we have, where we really are having a blast doing this possible. Most of our team is in Asia right now, in Southeast Asia, but we have people in Europe, we have people in
I think we've lost Andres again there. Lost you again for a split second.
Oh, thank you for telling me. No, I was just saying that it's so cool for us that we have, a team that is, split all around the world with different human thing. And yeah, we're excited to share with this, and thank you for the time. By the way, I wanted to also show, I think I have to maybe present again. I want to show a little bit of the gameplay, and that's it from me.
Yeah, if you can share again, that'd be great.
Yes, I'm gonna do that actually. There we go. I think you can see now the video. Yes, this is one of the latest updates when it comes. It's basically a test, internal private test with our team. The vehicles are here fighting in the arena. As you remember, I talked with you guys about this, concept that we work with in the arena, and this is a battle of the vehicles fighting each other. As you can see, and as I said in the beginning, you see things from Twisted Metal, you see things from World of Tanks, you see things from different, games of this genre. And we're trying to put all this together in order to come up with a new, fresh idea. And we're very excited that the game is looking like this, that it's possible to battle each other. And we are very confident, walking towards the alpha, alpha build that is going to happen very soon. Well, that will be it. Thank you for having me again to the Blockchain Game Alliance. And thank you for the other points.
Thanks so much. Thanks a lot, and great to have you as part of the BGA. Cool. So let's move on, Sufyan. Let's add your live stream, and please feel free to go for it.
Can you see the slides?
Yes, I can see them.
Okay. Well, first of all, I want to take this chance, to thank the BGA for allowing Shellboxes and me to talk at this new members presentation today. It really made sense for Shellboxes to join BGA, seeing what the members of the Alliance are building, and it's synonymous with our vision within the Web3 ecosystem altogether. In the long run, we wish to give value and drive value back from the different members here at BGA. So without further ado, I'm Sufyan. I'm the head of business development at Shellboxes. So basically, Shellboxes here at Shellboxes, we're a blockchain development and security auditing firm. We've been in the market for more than 2 years now, and we collaborate with projects from different niches, from DeFi, ReFi to GameFi, amongst others. Here's a brief Shellboxes in figures, basically. Right now, we're at more than 100 partners across launchpads, DeFi protocols, GameFi projects, VCs, and angel investors. So far, we have assessed more than 500 projects in terms of security audits, being unique clients and returning clients as well. Across all protocols and projects we've worked with, we've covered and secured more than $1 billion in funds. And also, we have audited close to 5 million lines of code altogether until now. So one of our main, let's say, bread and butter, or the main service we're known for, is our blockchain security audits. We all know how audits are very important in the Web3 space. We all know what happened to Axie Infinity last year and the 600 million hack, which raises the alarm, specifically in the context of GameFi projects, for instance, to not only push products to the market, no matter how innovative or amazing they might look, they may sound to the end user. There's also that security layer that we have to get in place and have it optimally ready before launching in the market, so that we could have a very successful and yet secure launch. So in terms of our security audits, normally the process is very smooth. Before we initiate an audit with a project, we require them to provide any technical documentations. We jump on a call with them, try to understand the business logic behind their developed idea. And then we could move on to actually auditing their code. That's where we inspect for any potential vulnerabilities with the code base itself, or even the business logic, because sometimes we might find mismatches between what the business logic describes and how the code is implemented. And then after the initial audit report, we work hand in hand with the project's developers to see how they went about remediating the issues we've uncovered. After that, we stay in touch, and then we monitor those projects post-audit as to maximize the security outputs, because it makes no sense to audit, let's say, a certain project, and then in the future, when they iterate different parts of the features of their code bases, to not keep an eye on those and try to secure them in the future as well. As I've said, we audit smart contracts in Solidity. So that goes for all EVM chains from Ethereum, Polygon, Avalanche, amongst others. We also audit code bases that are based on Rust. So on ecosystems like Solana or Near Protocol. Also projects on Tezos, which are based on Lego. And also we're very proficient in the Algorand ecosystem. We worked with many projects which are based on PyTeal and Reach languages. And apart from smart contracts, we also do security audits for dApps. So we audit both the on-chain part, which is related to smart contracts, but also the off-chain part of your dApp. So that's when penetration testing becomes relevant. We can do black box penetration testing, white box penetration testing, depending on how each project and their confidentiality, let's say, requirements. Yeah, so as I've said, we run audits across many chains. We're not limited to Solidity or AVM chains. Here are some of the projects we've worked with. There is UNCX Network or Unicrypt previously, Neos Finance, HedgePy, Startless, which is one of the leading play-to-earn games on Solana, Velvet Capital, Communitas Launchpad, and many others. So apart from our security auditing expertise, we also have a division which takes care of blockchain development. So we assessed already existing projects or projects at the idea stage or projects that haven't even formed that idea yet. So it's kind of a consulting plus blockchain development on the technical side. We help projects develop their smart contracts, dApps, either in Solidity, as I've said, or Rust, or if they wanna launch on Algorand, we help them develop their code in Reach, PyTeal, or Teal. There are different products that we can develop, starting from simple tokens to very complex DeFi protocols, bridges, play-to-earn games as well. So yeah, as I've said, we also do blockchain consulting or one-to-one calls with different projects facing obstacles throughout their development journey, or whether if they have concerns about the security of their systems, we onboard them, try to run a little analysis or review from outside and see the best fit on how to help them. I think that's about it. If you wanna reach out to us, we're at shellboxes.com/contact. And yeah, thank you again, BGA, for having us.
Great, thanks very much, Sufyan. Really interesting, and I know that we're preparing some content soon about security, so it'd be great to have you guys involved with that. Thanks everybody for presenting today. Really great to hear about all your projects, and I look forward to working with you all soon in a content from the content side of things. And thanks everyone for tuning in as well. And for you guys, hope if some of you are at ECC, hope to see you guys at the side event at the Sandbox. I've put the link in our private chat too. So thanks for joining today from wherever you're from, and have a great day, morning, afternoon, and look forward to meeting you guys soon.
Thank you, Mel.
Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.